New words for you guys. Signing bonus. No matter how little you know about MMA or what a veteran you are, signing bonus. Wherever you go. If you're doing a sponsorship deal, signing bonus. If you're going to go fight in a promotion, signing bonus. It can be small. We could be talking about $500, talking about $5,000. It doesn't have to break the bank. It is just something to show a level of earnest. That's all. I mean, that is really the number one thing that you're attempting to do. Now, there is more you would like to do, such as be compensated for your name, image, and likeness. That's true. You worked hard to achieve that, or so you believe. But even if you're not completely compensated for that, it does show a level of earnest by the person who's calling and or emailing you that you plan to do it. So this will never stop. This game will never end. And it happens on all levels. But if you're a guy and you've just got an idea, and you don't have to be a hustler, by the way. You don't have to be a dirtbag, by the way. You just got to be a guy with an idea. And the real thing that you're going to need for that idea is you're going to need attention, whatever that is. I mean, but you got to start somewhere. Money follows attention. Don't ever forget that. You guys are ever looking for an investment, make sure you remember what I just said. So whatever the guy's idea is, he needs some attention. Well, the day of social media, it's very different how you can get it. So if you know a guy that knows a guy that happens to know a guy that used to be the UFC champion of the world, and he's got 12,000 followers on Twitter, wow. Imagine if that guy tweeted to those 12,000 about my idea. And like that will never end. I can tell you various degrees and levels of guys who are very serious. They're dead serious. Now, they got to part with any money. They want you to do this, but they have a plan. If it works, here's where the profit starts coming. Here's how we're going to build it. I mean, like, that idea is never going to go away. I'm just sharing with you. I read a thing today. Mark Coleman going into celebrity boxing. Now, that's great. This is great stuff, okay? Because I saw 2 weeks ago he was going to win a slap fighting, more specifically against Tim Sylvia, until the very next day when Tim Sylvia cleared it for the world. I will never hit that man. So when Tim dismissed the idea, so we find out that this was not accurate, we quit talking about it. In fact, we even quit talking about that organization, and we have now moved over to celebrity boxing. And I got asked about this. I love Mark. He's a very sweet guy. And I followed Mark Coleman closely. I followed him back when he was a national champion at Ohio State. World silver medalist on a freestyle stand. He was our Olympian in 1992. I'm surprised how few people know that. In 1992, Mark Coleman was our Olympian. For the next Olympics, Mark Coleman got beat. It was almost an upset. He got beat. He was no longer the top guy. The top guy became in kind of an upset. It was a really competitive matches. Every time they were very competitive. Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle made the team, but he brought home the gold medal. And Mark was right there with Kurt. That's how good Mark was. Stuff you don't even know before he got into MMA. Big believer in Mark Coleman. Love him. 2 things he's not: a celebrity and a boxer. So I mean, that's the irony in this. What are you talking about? Celebrity boxing. I did something called Celebrity Apprentice, and I gave this to NBC, and when they elected to, right, there's a reason that went off the air. Truly, there's a reason. The producers made choices that were very bizarre, but I get there. It's called Celebrity Apprentice. I look around the room. There's not a celebrity there. It's called Apprentice. There's not a person here that's ever had a job. I'm with a room full of drunks that have been on TV somewhere. That's a great line. That's a great line by me. They chose not to use it. But you have Mark Coleman doing celebrity boxing. Which part? Which part are you? Who are you with? The celebrities or the boxing? What side should I sit you to, sir? The left or the right? You got to stand right in the middle and go, well, neither. And so now you have people who come back and say, well, he shouldn't be able to do it. Why should he not be able to do it? What do you mean he shouldn't be able to do it? Oh, can I get beat? Why should he not be able to do it? Well, he get his head bounced around. Why should he not be able to? Like, you got to just keep asking that question over and over and make the person just keep telling you. It all has to do with safety. And safety is always hard to argue against. But if you're saying somebody should stop him in the name of safety, I mean, you don't really break down where all that goes. Like the deaths that happen in the ring, you probably couldn't find any. You don't know of any, but if you did your research, you probably couldn't find any. You definitely don't know. But if I was to ask you people that you personally know that died in a car wreck, you'd have an answer. And that's very sad. That's tough stuff. But you've never once thought about not getting in a car, having somebody else not in a car. I just bring it to you by example. When you step in and tell somebody they can't do it, and then you somehow tie safety to it, I don't understand. I know that I disagree with you. Heard you guys even go as far as to call it barbaric. I don't know that I disagree with you. Who should stop you for doing something barbaric? Why can't you do that? I don't get it. What do you mean you can't do something that could hurt you? What are you talking about? Of course I can. So I just come to you from a little bit of a different perspective. I don't know where this is going, but if I was to be any kind of a level-headed and reasoned person, I will tell you it's going nowhere. And if Mark's having fun with it, if Mark likes seeing his name out there, if that was the goal, great. But if this is an actual opportunity that somebody's convinced him of, and he's out there and he's building, Mark built it enough that I heard about it. Mark and I live 40 states away. He's up to something, and I heard about it. The win here would be for celebrity boxing, for sure. It would be to the promoter that got him to do this. If it's something Mark wants to do, I'll stay out of it. But if it's something he's willing to do, something he's been asked to do, something that he's agreed to do, which is a little bit different, he's now lending to the name and the idea, and whether he goes through it or not, they're better off with what he had done, which is why I just simply have two words for you. Signing bonus.